Hi YouTube, this is Bubblegum Girl 1. I just wanted to come and show you what I've been working on. I hope everyone is doing fine, and I just wanted to show you what I've been coloring. That's one of the things. And this is it right here. And surprisingly, I used Sharpies, except for the skin tone, and I've been coloring it for a couple weeks now, off and on. And this is the end result, and I'm surprisingly very happy with it. And I'm surprised that they're Sharpies that did so well. I had a problem with the expensive markers, Blick. I was using them and they ran out of ink. And so I was disappointed and discouraged. And so then when I used Blick brush markers to color Super Mario, the color was very streaky and blotchy, and like just too blotchy, like kind of watery, too watery. And so what I did was, first of all, I put less pressure. And even after less pressure, I was still having the problem. But I tried the Sharpies, and I was happy with that result because I felt I had more control. As you see, Super Mario, the blue shirt is a Sharpie marker. The yellow buttons are Sharpie marker. The hat is Sharpie marker. The top of the hat with the yellow is a Sharpie marker. And I don't know if I mentioned, but the blue shirt. And this is how it turned out. So my point to all this is I wanted you to see what I've been doing and to not be discouraged if you can't afford Copic markers or brush markers, which are a little more expensive. Be encouraged, and when you're using Sharpies, because a lot of the art that I've seen on YouTube, this young man, he's an adult. He colored made a whole drawing with just Crayola markers, and it was amazing. And I seen this other young woman, she colored something, a portrait or something. She made a portrait with just using Crayola markers, and it's amazing what they can do. So my point to all this is be encouraged. Just because you're on a budget doesn't mean that you won't create great art, and you're not less of an artist. It's not your fault if you can't afford more expensive products. At the same time, be encouraged, because this is proof that necessarily you don't need expensive products to make something beautiful. And I'm not putting anyone down for having less or more. I'm just saying that, I was thinking about it in today's economy, especially in California where I live. The cost of living and food has skyrocketed. And, So I just wanted to share, and I want you to be encouraged. And, I hope you're encouraged and enlightened, and it helps you to carry on with whatever creative ideas or creative thoughts you have. And you just gotta let it out and don't focus on the materials. Focus on your art and your own good qualities, and you'll be successful. And it was a test for myself also, because I thought, well, these are a lot of money I paid, and I was in shock that the Blick markers, the big giant box that I bought, it cost $800. And when they ran out and dried up and were streaking and blotching and, doing all that, I thought, oh no. And then I thought to myself, I'm going to try this, test it for myself to see how it works out. And I was encouraged, because a lot of times for me, I'm not speaking for everyone, but with the brush markers, I don't have that much control. Like, you put it down and it goes all over the page where you don't want it to go, and it looks blotchy and like, just like, it's hard to explain. So I hope you're encouraged, and I hope you like my Mario, how it's coming along. And I'll just give you a second to take a look. I really like it, and I thought it came out really good. I was impressed with myself. And have a good day.